The oil and gas industry has always been a battleground of high stakes, shifting alliances, and calculated risks. Investors come and go, drawn by the promise of rich resources, but often repelled by the unpredictable terrain of policy changes, economic uncertainty, and geopolitical tensions. Yet when a company that once left chooses to return, the story takes on an entirely new dimension, one of redemption, second chances, and the promise of a better future. This is the story of Eni, the Italian oil giant, and its dramatic re-entry into Ghana's energy sector after 5 years of absence. Before we dive deeper into today's update, take a moment to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Your support is key to helping us grow and reach more viewers like you. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss out on exciting updates. But now, in 2025, a new chapter is unfolding. On February 7th, a high-profile meeting took place between Eni's group CEO, Claudio Descalzi, and Ghana's president, John Mahama. The meeting was not just another diplomatic engagement. It was a turning point, a moment of reconciliation and renewed commitment. Descalzi, speaking with a tone of both reflection and optimism, made it clear that Eni was ready to come back. "We invested over $8 billion in Ghana and were ready for business," he stated. "Despite the bitter experience that compelled us to move our investment to the Ivory Coast, we are happy to restart because of you. We can't blame Ghanaians." To understand why Eni's return is such a pivotal moment for Ghana, we must first rewind to the beginning. The discovery of vast oil and gas reserves off Ghana's coast in the early 2010s sent ripples of excitement across the industry. The Offshore Cape 3 Points, OCTP block in particular, held immense promise, drawing the attention of major global players, including Eni. The company saw an opportunity to establish a long-term foothold in Ghana's energy landscape, promising to bring not just investment, but expertise, technology, and a vision for economic transformation. By 2017, Eni had successfully launched its first oil production from the OCTP project, a milestone that marked the beginning of what many hoped would be a golden era for Ghana's energy independence. A year later, in 2018, the company achieved first gas production, solidifying its role as a key player in Ghana's quest for stable and affordable electricity. The OCTP project wasn't just any investment. It was the largest private energy investment in Ghana's history, worth over $8 billion. It was designed to supply gas exclusively for Ghana's domestic market, a move that promised to revolutionize the country's power generation and drive industrialization. For a while, things looked promising. Ghana's economy was growing, the energy sector was stabilizing, and Eni's operations were running smoothly. But then, cracks began to appear. Behind the scenes, tensions were brewing. Regulatory uncertainties, fiscal disagreements, and shifting policy directions created an environment that was becoming increasingly difficult for investors to navigate. What had started as a promising partnership soon turned into a complex, dark, bureaucratic maze that threatened to strangle the project's long-term viability. By 2020, the situation had reached a breaking point. Eni, faced with growing obstacles, made the difficult decision to relocate its operations to Côte d'Ivoire, a move that sent shockwaves across the industry. It was a bitter pill for Ghana to swallow. Losing a major investor of Eni's caliber was not just a financial setback. It was a symbolic blow to the country's reputation as a stable and attractive investment destination. Eni wasn't just returning for profit, it was returning because it saw something different this time: an opportunity, a shift in leadership, and a renewed sense of trust. And trust in the world of high-stakes investments is everything. President Mahama's response was equally telling. "During my inauguration, I said Ghana is open for business again," he assured. "We want our friends to come back, and we are ready to put everything in place to ensure your investments are safe and that Ghana benefits." This wasn't just about Eni. It was about sending a broader message to the global investment community. Ghana was making a statement. The country had learned from its past, and it was ready to rebuild stronger relationships with international partners. But what does Eni's return mean in practical terms? For Ghana's energy sector, the implications are massive. First and foremost, it signals a potential increase in gas supply, which could have a direct impact on electricity costs. More gas means more power generation, And more power generation means lower costs for both businesses and households. If managed effectively, this could provide much needed relief for industries struggling with high energy prices and boost economic productivity across multiple sectors. Beyond energy, the return of a major investor like Eni has ripple effects on job creation, infrastructure development, and investor confidence. Thousands of direct and indirect jobs are likely to be created, from engineers and technicians to suppliers and service providers. Local businesses that depend on the oil and gas sector for contracts and partnerships will also benefit, injecting fresh momentum into Ghana's economy. However, with every opportunity comes a challenge. The success of Eni's reintegration into Ghana will depend on how well both parties navigate the delicate balance between investor interests and national priorities. The Ghanaian government must ensure that the conditions that led to Eni's departure in the first place are not repeated. Um, that means creating a stable policy environment, ensuring transparency in regulatory frameworks, and fostering a business climate where companies feel secure in making long-term commitments. For Eni, this return is more than just a business decision. It is a chance to reaffirm its commitment to Ghana's development. The company will need to engage with local communities, invest in corporate social responsibility initiatives, and work collaboratively with the government to ensure that its operations align with the country's broader economic goals. Sustainability, environmental responsibility, and local capacity building must be at the core of this renewed partnership. The coming months will be critical. As negotiations move forward, stakeholders from all sides will be watching closely. Will Ghana and Eni be able to forge a stronger, more resilient partnership this time around? Will the mistakes of the past serve as lessons for the future? And most importantly, will the benefits of this renewed collaboration reach the people who need them the most? One thing is certain, the stakes are high. Ghana stands at a crossroads with the chance to turn this moment into a defining success story. If executed correctly, Eni's return could mark the beginning of a new era, one where Ghana's energy sector becomes a beacon of stability, where foreign investors see the country as a top-tier destination, and where the promise of abundant resources finally translates into widespread prosperity. The world will be watching. The investors will be watching. And most importantly, the people of Ghana will be watching. Because in the end, this is not just about oil and gas. It's about the future of a nation and the choices that will shape its destiny for generations to come.
If today is your first time watching this channel or you are returning to this channel for the exciting content, please subscribe to the channel for more educative and developmental projects across Ghana and Africa as a whole. Do you want to know about the state of a project in Africa? Then make sure to like and comment the name of the project you would like us to talk about and its current state.